Hello, thank you for joining me once again for another exciting tutorial today. After watching this video, kindly share this video if you have to, and then subscribe to the channel to promote or to help my channel as well. My name is Emmanuel Hassan and you are welcome to this tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to be personalizing our YouTube channel. So maybe you are out there, you are starting your YouTube channel, and you need some few things to spice up the channel for you, or you need some few things to make the channel look just the way you want it to look. This is the right tutorial for you. Basically what we are doing is creating this nice little banner here with the like, share, icons, then with your logo over there. So the things you need for this, or to be able to personalize your channel, first you need a logo for your channel. So to be able to do this, the standard video size that you would have to target, which is the 1920 by 1080p. I'm using Photoshop. There are so many softwares out there you can use as well to be able to get the same thing, and there are so many ways you can get the same results that we'll get here. So first of all, you need to go into Photoshop. After you've launched it, you create a new file, and then the width is 1920, the height is 1080, so the resolution you can keep it at 72 or 100. So every other thing stays the same, and then we create what we want to create. Great. So the next thing what we want to target is the banner, the little banner that has the name of the channel and then the subscribe and those little things on it. That's what we want to create. So on the left side of my canvas, or my drawing canvas, the white thing you can see here on the left side, your configuration may be a little different from what I have over here. So there is a shape tool over there, which is the square or the rectangular shape tool. You select that shape tool and then you draw a nice rectangle at the bottom of your canvas. Okay, so it will give you, for whatever foreground you have on your tools panel in the Photoshop, I mean right here, this is the foreground and this is the background. So whatever color you have in the foreground is what will fill your rectangular shape. Alright, so once you draw the rectangular shape to fit your canvas, then what we'll do is to fill this rectangular, or to overlay this rectangular shape with the gradient. You can use a solid color like the black here. If you don't like the black color, what you can do is just double click the thumbnail here for the rectangular shape, and then the color picker tool will come. Then you can be able to select whatever color you prefer. If you want a solid color, that is fine. You click accept and that is it. I want a gradient, so I will overlay this shape with a gradient. There are so many other ways to do the same thing, but the way I do it is what I want to show you. So I'll double click not on the name of the rectangle, but on the side of the rectangle, and double click. Then it brings up a layer style. So here you have several options to do what you want to do with it. What we want here is a gradient overlay, the gradient overlay. Alright, so I've already defined a gradient here, this pink to this yellow thing, very beautiful. I have already defined a gradient here. You can do the same thing. All you would have to do is, you look at these two I say color stop buttons over here. Once you double click on one, it opens up a color picker window for you, where you can select a color for the left side, and then this will help you select a color for the right side. So Photoshop would automatically blend it for you. So these are the colors that I have chosen. So I've written the color codes down. The left side, I'm using this #747EFF, so it's just a hex code. for Photoshop. So it helps, basically helps Photoshop to know the particular type of color you want. We have the RGB as well, the red, green and blue as well. So it depends on where you are coming from. Alright, if you want the same thing, good, you can use the same thing for what you want to do. And then we select this for the left side and we select the other one for the right side, and then we click on OK to accept. We can see that it overlays the banner nicely with the gradient that we have. Move ahead. So the next thing we have is a name of the channel, the name of the channel. So what we do is on the left side where we have the tools, we grab the type tool, which is what we have here, the T here. Then we click anywhere on our canvas and we type the name. So I'll type my name here. Okay, so I can't see my name because I defined a color for some text previously in Photoshop. So Photoshop keeps a memory of what you have done. So what I need to do, the thing has been typed, you can see it in the layers panel here. So then I'll select the color here for the text, and then I'm overlaying, I'm putting it on this bluish banner. So obviously it has to be white, or it may be any color that you would prefer. I prefer white. So I'll drag this. You can see once I drag it onto the banner, because it is white, it begins to show. You can choose any color you want, anything that appeals to your viewing. I think this is not bad. Great. All right. So then I basically position this, and then we keep rolling. So the next thing would be my logo. Okay, so I've already created my logos down. So they are all on my desktop. So let's go to my desktop quickly, and here I've created a folder and I've kept all the files in it. So my logo right here, it's an SVG file. You might probably have your own as a PDF. Whatever you have your logo in, I think Photoshop should be able to handle it, but it's best to have your logo as an SVG or as a PDF file. Okay, so then we drag this into Photoshop and then we let it go. So that is my logo. Alright, so I'll press Ctrl+T to help me size down the logo. So holding Alt, I want to size it from the center. So I'm holding Alt as I drag the edge of the logo. After I do that, I press Enter to accept, and then I drag the logo to where I want it to be. Now you can see that the logo is not visible because of the background of the banner. So to be able to help change the color of that, I can go ahead and define a layer style for this logo by double clicking the side of the layer like we did previously, and then add a color overlay. So here I can choose the color that I want. I want a white color. Okay, and then that is okay. Now we can see that the white and the color of the name is not really working very well. So let's change the color of the name back to the white. Alright, so then I would want to add a circle behind my logo. So it means we have to change the color of the logo again. So let's quickly do that before we continue. In fact, let's remove the color overlay, but this can, in case you are doing something a bit different from mine, I think this should help you. Alright, so I draw a circle behind the logo. So I'm drawing the circle from the center by holding down Shift and then Alt on Windows. Alright, then I change the color to white. Okay, so we can see that the logo is showing nicely in the circle. So I'll just reposition my circle so that my logo fits very beautifully inside it. Okay, so let me move the name closer to it. I'm doing the movement by first of all selecting the move tool here in Photoshop and then using the left and the right arrow keys on the keyboard to reposition, to fine-tune the positioning of the name properly. I think I would want to reduce the name a bit. It's a bit big. Alright, so something like that. Okay, the next thing we would want to do now is to add the subscribe button. We can go to the tools panel, select our rectangle to draw a nice rectangle, not too big, not too small. And then if you are using a recent version of Photoshop, you should be able to have options to round the corners of your buttons. If you don't have that option too, I think leaving it with sharp corners too is not a bad option. So I'll go for 20 pixels here for all the corners. No, let's keep it at 10, and then I think that is fine. Great. So then I want to change the color to red so that I can draw attention. So I'll double click on it and then select the red color and then accept that, and then that should be fine. The next thing I want to add is a subscribe text. So I take my type tool and then I click somewhere and then type I want all caps, so I'll select all caps, subscribe, and then I will drag that onto the button. But as you go on, it is important to name the layers. So let me just quickly name these layers. So this is the red button, so let's say red button, and then the name is here. This is our banner. Alright, every other thing is fine. So this is our logo, logo circle. Okay, so we have our subscribe button nicely positioned and then nicely designed over there. Alright, so then basically this is how you'll be able to design the subscribe button or the banner with all of them on it. Now the font that I'm using here is Montserrat. It's a free font, a very beautiful font. I will encourage you to download it and use it for most of your project works. It's a very beautiful font. So subscribe. Now the next thing we want to add is the like and then the share icons, as you see here, the one we have here and the one we have over here. Alright, so then let's go back to our design. Now there's a site that you can get these things from, that is Font Awesome. When you get there, you'll be able to get icons over there for free. Some you would have to pay, but some of them they are for free. I think there are only some few things that you might have to do, but I think most of the icons here, they are for free. You can use them for what you have to use them, but please read through their license agreements to be sure of what you can use them for and what you cannot use them for. So I'll go here and I'll type the like. Let me change this. Yeah, so like, and then hit enter. Let's see what comes up. So we have all these things over here. This is the one I'm going for, that are boldened. So if that is what you want, then you can go ahead and download it. If you can create these things yourself, then it's best you create it yourself, so you have the license to them yourself. So there is this button here which is for downloading. So when you hit it, then it downloads the file for you. I've already downloaded it over here, so we just go and drag it and then into Photoshop and use it for what we can use it for. Okay, so here it is. Then it is already having the transform boundaries around it. So what I would have to do is hold down Alt, grab the corner, and then scale it down to taste. So something like this should be fine. I'll hit enter to accept. Then I drag it closer to my subscribe button. Alright, I want to change the color, so I'm sure you know how we do that now. I'll double click on the space beside the layer here, double click, and then select color and change the color to white. That's okay. Alright, then I'll go for the share button as well, and then I'll do the same scaling as I did for the share for the like button, and then I'll put it on this side instead, because I'll be adding a text which would be like and share. So the share button will be at the other side of the red button. So let me just reposition this properly. Now let's change the color of the share icon to white. Alright, so there you have it. So then now I'll just close the eye for this. So this could be one thing that you show at one point of the video that you are sharing to the world, so that it will just be the subscribe. Then after some time you would want to show the like and the share. So then what we can do is the same thing that we had for the subscribe button. Let's group this and then name it subscribe button. So let's duplicate this by holding Ctrl and J to duplicate, or you can right click on the folder here and then you duplicate group. That can also do the same thing for you. So then I'll rename this to be like and share button. Okay, so then I'll edit this text here, and then instead of subscribe it would be like and share. Okay, so I'll select the move to move this to taste, and then maybe reduce the font size just a bit. Okay, I think that should be fine. Position it very well on the button, and then I would now make the icons visible. Alright, so this would be the other thing, or the other banner that I would want people to see. So the first one has just the subscribe, the second one has the like and the share. Alright, so then after I finish doing this, then other thing to maybe add is maybe your logo at the top right or at the top left corner of your video, whatever you want to do. So to be able to do that, first of all, let me shut down the eye for the background. So when you are doing the video, this is what you are going to be adding to the video. That is how come I'm shutting down the eye of the background. So the video will be in the background and this would be on top of the video. So because I have my logo here already, I'll just duplicate the logo, Ctrl J, and then move the logo to the right corner of my canvas, and basically that should be it. So there are other things that you can do as well, when it comes to animating some of these things. So that will be in another video, but this is just a quick run through for making something like this, to add it to your videos, to make your videos much more personal, to make them look much more like you put some effort into creating what you are creating, and then it makes your videos look much more professional. I'll be coming your way again with more tutorials on these things. Just stay tuned and keep watching. If you like the content so far, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share as well. Thank you so much, and then have a wonderful day.